Okay, so I am going to be working on my brother's friend's Halloween costume. And if you haven't seen Agatha All Along up to where it's at the moment, I don't recommend watching this video just because I have watched it all the way up to what's released. And I'm going to talk about it because he's being Teen from Agatha All Along. I really hope that doesn't come near me again. Anyways, he's being Teen from Agatha All Along, aka, if you've watched it all the way, if you haven't, I mean it, get out, Billy. And on his pants, he has like these runes. And so on here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, on here, so that I could use my phone for filming, I did all the runes that are on his pant leg because I looked up, there's a bug. I looked up the costume designer and I found an article where they actually took pictures of the costume designer standing in front of mannequins with all the costumes on it, and thankfully it had this one that he wears in most of the episodes. And then also someone on Pinterest, I don't know who you are, but I love you, they took a picture of the side of it and it said for cosplay. So thanks, because that's what I'm using now. He gave me his pants. They're cuffed, which I'm not going to take out because he wants them that way. And so I'm going to just do that. And I thought I would talk while I did it to kind of occupy my brain a little bit. It's hard too because he wants them on the side of the pants like it is in Teen's pants. But Teen's doesn't have a seam like this. Teen's has two seams down the side. So on a regular pair of jeans, you have the seam going straight down the side. His has two seams so that there's kind of like a center panel going down the side of his leg. So I think I'm going to kind of center face most of it on the front and then do some of the work on the side just so that you can still see all of it. I'll probably test it out on here first. I got this gigantic clipboard because for a second I went to college and then I realized that wasn't for me. But I did, however, spend $300 on all of my products for studio art. And then I dropped out. So that was a choice. So I'm just gonna test this on here. Because there's like multiple sizes of the specs that'll work. And then, yeah. And thankfully it doesn't have to be super neat and tidy just because Teen's is a little bit ragged looking too. And I think it's because it's supposed to look like he did it himself and he's just like, I mean, he's what? He was like 10 years old in a 13-year-old's body. And I think the hardest part about this is that I'm painting with acrylic paint on a pair of jeans. So it's trying to soak up the paint. I'm also going to make some of the doodles just a smidge bit bigger than in the initial photo, just so that they're a little bit more visible. Because in the photos, you can't really see that there's anything on the jeans unless you're right up close and personal. I think that's one of the reasons why my brother, I think I mentioned that it's my brother's friend. My brother was talking about how it's hard to find images of what's on his pants. And so they were just like, do some doodles. And I was like, no, I got you. I'll figure out what it is. And the only reason I knew is because of that article on the person on Pinterest. Because since they are very small details, still very cool details, I didn't know that his pants and his sweater, the same sweater that he wears for the costume, is also ruined and like all ruined up. It's stitched into it. If somebody else noticed that without anybody mentioning it, good on you for having such like a watchful eye, because I would have never known. I was actually really nervous about doing the pentagram and it's going extremely well. Sometimes I wish I was left-handed simply because I feel like maybe it's just because I'm always sitting in a place where the sun's or the main light source is on my right, but I feel like I'm always blocking my form of light with my own hand. I don't know if anybody else has that issue. I'm sure people right-handed, left-handed, probably not as much people with the ability to be ambidextrous. Is that the word you use? Ambidextrous, where you use both of your hands. I'm sure that people who are ambidextrous don't necessarily have that issue because they'll just be like, oh, I can't see with that hand, let me switch. I'm not going to even try that right now because this is a project that someone is commissioned, so now's not the time. Speaking of Agatha all along, I really did not think that he was going to be Billy. I felt like it was too obvious, but I think it makes a little bit more sense than him being Nicholas Scratch, because Nicholas Scratch is supposed to be dead. But then also I thought that was too obvious, so I felt like everything was too obvious. I was like, there's no way that this guy's anything important, but he had to be important because he had the whole thing, the what do they say? Someone's put a blank on that boy. A binding? A curse? They put something. Whatever they put on him to make it so that he can't reveal his identity. Someone's dog sounds like a chicken. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. I really, 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 really like the way that Agatha all along is going. I think that it's very entertaining. I think that Agatha has, like, some redeeming qualities about her, but she's also oddly, like, deranged. Like, very much so losing her mind, which makes sense for her character, I think. I wish that I had been more invested in comics as a kid so that I could better understand all, like, the comic, like, the nods to the comic that they do. Because I've had a lot of people be like, oh my god, like, this isn't this, or this makes sense because in the comic book this, and I'm like, oh wow. I love when things have endless amounts of lore to it, knowledge that you can gain and get invested in, because I think that adds so much to something. Like, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's because of the fact that there was so much to learn about it and so much to, like, so much information, you know? Especially in the Marvel universe, because I felt like they've put out some good stuff recently, but nothing this, I don't know, I feel like it's really good, and I'm very happy about it. Because I like the Spider-Man stuff that they put out. I love Doctor Strange. But I don't know, I felt like it was lacking something. And I feel like there's so much to this that it's starting to feel like very good again. Maybe people don't agree. I've heard some people don't like it very much. It could be because I am not big on, like, the comics and things. Maybe there's something that I don't understand. But then again, I also kind of I typically will say that I enjoy most media, if not all, because I'm very easy to please when it comes to fictional things, because I'm just kind of like, you know what, I enjoyed, like, one funny moment of that. Some people think that Divergent was a really cheesy thing that happened that people really liked, and I loved it. I still love it. It was my first book series that I feel like really got me invested in a different form of fiction from what I read when I was a kid. I don't know. I feel like there's just so much to media and the types that you can consume, and I feel like it's very exciting. Because I also feel like there's the type that is so good that it's bad. I guess I would put Twilight under that category, so good that it's enjoyable. There's also, like, one movie that I'm obsessed with. Some people have seen it, some people haven't. It depends on who I'm talking to, really, when I bring it up. But Sorcerer's Apprentice, when I was a kid, I loved that movie. I still have an affinity. Is it affinity for it? I don't know. I love it. It's very enjoyable to me. What else? There was a movie, because I do this thing where I hyperfixate, like, creature of habit style, just hyperfixate on one form of media and consume it, look it up on the internet, find any possible way to invest myself in that form of media because it's bringing me some type of joy. And in that realm of things, I also have gotten rather invested in, like, I don't know, let's see, Avalon High, because there was, let's see, my brain. So I was a very big fan of things like Doctor Who, Sherlock Holmes, Twilight, I didn't mean to throw that in there, Supernatural, The Vampire Diaries, The Walking Dead, things like that. Like, that is what type of media I was consuming very heavily for a very long time. I would try and find things to kind of fill the void that was left behind in my media, to try and gain something newer that I hadn't reacted to yet, because I wanted to enjoy something for the first time again, but I also wanted some sort of feeling that was similar to the things that had already been bringing me consistent amounts of joy. However, now I do this thing where, like, for example, on whatever platform I'm watching something on, if I'm rewatching something that I really, really like, I will go to the what's recommended and try and watch it while doing, like, an activity on the side. And if it catches my attention while I'm watching it, then like while I'm doing that activity and I get actually invested, then it's probably a media that I'm gonna find enjoyable. And if I don't, then it's just background noise, but not unbearable background noise. Like, I got into Once Upon a Time, which I put off for a really long time because I knew it was a longer show series. I'm on season 3, I think, about to be season 4, or maybe it is season 4. If you've seen it right now, I'm where Hook and Emma are trying to get back because they accidentally went through the time portal that sent them back, and they accidentally made Mary Margaret and what's his bitch, James, Prince Charming, they accidentally made them not meet, and then she's like, you know, that whole time of that part of the show is where I'm at right now. It's taking me a while to get further in it because I haven't been one to binge watch since high school, and it's been a minute. But I will look for things similar to that when I want to watch a movie. And I remember finding Avalon High, which I never watched when I was younger, but then I found it as an adult, and it's a really cheesy, like, Disney-style movie about a girl who goes to high school, and her parents are, like, hardcore believers in the Round Table. I know this movie is really old, and there's a chance that people have seen it or wouldn't even want to watch it, but just in case, I'm about to spoil it, so skip. And it turns out that she's actually the reincarnation of King Arthur. Oh no, I just spoiled that. Not that people are going to watch it, but if you do want to watch it, it's still really good despite the fact that I just told you that. I'm so sorry. I'll put a warning when I start talking. Okay. I hope that this is how he wants it. His were like almost made intentionally for there to be a design on the side, whereas these are just jeans. I don't know. You know, this is actually, I don't know if you can't see it well. Yeah, as we can skip this topic in my brain and like fast forward to the next one, which is the last time I went to Barnes & Noble, I got Dracula, and I'm really excited to read it. I also just got halfway down the pants, and I'm kind of excited because the first top looks really good. The first half looks really good. Also, I'm excited to get further into Once Upon a Time because where I'm at now, I'm finally starting to see a little bit more of a relationship built between Killian, Hook, and Emma Swan, the Savior. I'm really excited to get more into it because I really like them together, and I think she deserves it after all the bullshit with Neil and him being not who he said he was, and then her life getting flipped on its ass. And I'm also excited to see what she does when she goes back to Storybrooke, because she was just talking about how she wishes she could find a place that feels like home, and how she runs from it because when she was a kid, she was trying to find the place that felt like home, and she started running away because she wanted to find a place that when she ran away, she missed it, which is really emotional. And she said, I haven't found it yet, and I want to, which makes sense. And as she's going through this thing, and she believes she accidentally stopped her parents from meeting, she's not even thinking about, like, just the fact that if her parents don't meet, like, there's a chance she would never be born. She's thinking about the fact that she just possibly ruined her parents' love story. And then as she's getting them back together, she's like so in love. I've never seen her character in the 3 seasons that I've been through so far look so actually emotionally happy. Like watching her parents fall back in love, the way she was expressing herself through facial expression, and like getting teary-eyed and just being genuinely happy when she realized her mother didn't die and she thought she did, and all of these things. Like she really displayed that emotion in a way that was really heartwarming, and it's almost as if she's finding the comfort that she was looking for in this little adventure that they're on, because she had literally right before they got pulled in been talking about, like I said, how she's run away and she's never found the place that she misses or that she's felt like home in. I think we finished leg 1. Woo! Nice. I'm gonna finish leg 2 and we can rant about something else, I think. Are those rips? That's good. I'm pretty sure his had rips on it too. I'm happy it dried so quickly. I really wish I had the superpower to be able to climb into a book. Like, imagine just being able to open up and step 1 foot in, and then you're just like in a whole new world, you know? Like, that feels like it would be such a fantastic superpower. So when the next time someone asks me, because believe it or not, it happens more than you think, especially working where I do, someone's like, oh, what superpower would you like to have? I would like the ability to jump into books. I want to be able to climb in there, live my little life, climb back out, and start a new adventure. Beep! Someone just arrived. I don't know who. Probably not for me. That should be good. I brought it all the way up to the waistline with dots, but I left the pentagram lower down below the pocket so that it's still visible. I don't think I brought this over here, but I don't think I even used it. I'm losing daylight. I need to hurry up. Okay. I think I might. Okay. I think I might speed this part up because I want to really get it done quickly because I'm losing daylight. But I'll put like a voiceover of something, of some sort of information here so that it's not just silence. Maybe I'll sing you a song. Maybe I'll tell you a joke. I don't know. Enjoy whatever I decide to do. I know I said I was going to speed it up, but I'm actually going to do a time lapse because I realized that when I speed it up, it can only go so fast. So I'm going to maneuver myself so that I can wait. Okay, wait, hold on. Of course, the day that I choose to edit this, my brain is like absolutely scattered, and all I can think about is different quotes from Smosh and a couple SNL skits, such as the one about that guy that oh my god, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, the Domingo guy. That's all I can hear in my head. How am I supposed to come up with something compelling to talk about when all I can think about is a pope being in the road and some guy Domingo cheating on a wife, you know? Okay, so it's much darker now. I accidentally got paint on my hoodie, which sucks, but I went to wash my hands because I didn't want to pick up the pants with paint on my hands and get it in the wrong spots. But we've finished successfully the jeans, so both sides are now complete. I'm going to try and lift it up without fucking them up. So they both have all the little runes on the top half and the dots on the bottom. I'm actually really happy with how they turned out, so I'm going to go send a picture to my brother because he wants to see it before his friend does. His friend wants it to be a surprise. They're picking it up tomorrow. If you watched this all the way through, thank you for sticking around. But